Welcome back to Sudoku Topology Puzzle D3. Let's have a look at this. It looks like we're getting a cylinder this time. So let's have a look at our cylinder, which is covered in thermos. Okay, let's try and understand what the boxes are, because we haven't done one with this yet. I think I know what they're going to be, but let's just check. Okay, so we've got the rows of the layer cake, as I guess I like to think about it. We've got presumably... Okay, I'm going to guess this one's the columns. Oh, no, we don't have columns. The columns are not... Oh, the columns aren't even regions. However, the slanty slices in each direction are the regions. Kind of? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we'll color one of those at a time. So that's the thing I've learned, is color the hard to see region. In this case, the left and right slants are the hard to see regions. So I'll have to bounce back and forth. And then we also have 3 thermos. And so there we go. Okay, so these cells are both the bottom of a length 3 thermo. So they're 1, 2, 3. These are 2, 3, 4. These are 3, 4, 5. Okay, and we've got some sort of interaction in the layer cake swirls of these. A little bit. Let's see, this layer has no things in it. And these can't both be 3. Can neither of them be 3? I'm not sure, honestly. The way that this looks is very suspicious to me. So I know I've got a 1 and a 2 over here somewhere. Okay, this cell sees those 2, but not that one. I was thinking maybe that told me that this cell couldn't be a 1 or a 2, but I don't think it tells me that. It just tells me that 2 of the 3 cells in the top layer are 1 or 2. If it were those 2, it would be interesting, because it would make this cell a... Well, it would make this a 3, 4, 5, and make that a 4, 5. What are we going to do for tackling this? So I guess the way I should think about it is I have to put these 2 cells in blue. And so, like, where is this cell going in blue? And it's not going there or there. I guess it's got 2 options in blue. I was hoping it would only have 1. This one's also not going 2 places, but the 2 places aren't the same, so it's not like I quite get a pair. The little length 2 thermo's got to do a lot of work here, and I'm not quite sure I yet see how it is going to do that work. Oh. Well, here's an almost thing. If I ask where this digit goes in yellow, I see that there's only 2 possibilities, and one of them is here. So this digit only has 2 spots it can possibly go in yellow, which is interesting. Because it sees these 2 by Sudoku, this one by thermo. course, it would be interesting if this was a 3, and that was a 3. Let's see. There's got to be a similar way to do a similar thing. Maybe it's the... I probably have to show the other twist to do it, though. It's where does this digit go in red is the answer. So... okay, so... so if I summarize how that worked... this digit in red goes here or here. And this digit in yellow goes here or here. So one of these two does go here, because it's not possible that this one goes there and that one goes there. That creates all kinds of problems. You'd have put a 3-5 pair in the tips of thermos. So this is a 3-4-5. It's one of these two, but it's not both of them, because they're different digits. And so one of these two does go in the bottom, which means one of these two is a 3. Okay, so one of these two is a 3, and one of these two, therefore, is a 3. And so actually, if one of these is a 3 and one of those is a 3, that actually tells us that these are actually a 1-3 pair. These are a 2-4 pair, and these are a 3-5 pair, and I can get rid of my corner marks, even though I kind of love the 3D corner marks. And that's just because, well, if there's a 3 at the bottom, it has to go 3-4-5, and if there's a 3 at the top, it has to go 3-2-1. Okay, and so now this 1-3 pair and this 2-4 pair see this cell. Oh, right. This is the other of those, right? I knew this was going to be a 5 because it was the one of these that wasn't 3. Well, I'm happy about it anyway. That's also 5. Okay, so we've got that. I'm trying to see how I'm breaking into thinking about this other thermo over here, and the answer seems to be that I'm not yet. Perhaps. Let's see, so this is a yellow. Okay, 3 in yellow only has 2 spots, I suppose I should say. Because this row, I guess I should maybe mark. These are a 1-2-4 triple. Because remember, that was sort of layer 1 was those boxes. So those are a 1-2-4 triple, and these are a 2-4-5 triple. Okay, and we've got this 2-4 pair looking at nothing, I think. Oh no, this cell is looked at. Sorry, this cell, I do know what it is. This cell's a 1, because it sees 2 and 4 in this through twisting around these two ways. Sorry. Through twisting that way and that way, it sees the 2 and the 4 and the 3 and the 5. So this cell's a 1. So that's something. I was hoping it would be slightly somethinger, but what are you gonna do? It at least tells me that's not a 1. So this isn't a 2. Sorry, this is 2, 3, 4. This is 3, 4, 5 is what I am alleging. Ah, 5 in red is placed. I'm guessing that's probably why this was actually placed here, is because actually if you just the act of placing this makes 5 placed in red. So that's a 5. And now if I look at the middle layer of the layer cake, it makes these two cells a 1, 3 pair. And now this cell sees the 1, 3 pair, so it's not a 3. I'm debating with myself whether these can really have a 1 in them and have these also have a 1 in them. And I think, weirdly, it's okay as long as both of the 1s are in the same quote-unquote column. I could be wrong. I'll come back to it if I decide that I am stuck. Okay, this cell assuredly sees a 1, 3 pair looking up, so this is definitely a 2, 4, or 5, and it has a 5 in its row, actually. So this is a 2 or a 4. Do I have any other cells that see a 1, 3 pair that I could do a similar game with? I don't think so. 5 in pink is almost interesting, but not quite. I see something silly, but I think it's true. I think this 2, 4 in red can only go there, because that cell and that cell can't be 2, 4, and this cell sees these two. So this 2, 4 goes there in red, which means this is not a 1. And it's the same 2, 4 as this 2, 4, I believe. For whatever that's worth. I'm going to, maybe I will get rid of that and just dye those to, say, yellow. The regions actually are more intuitive in this than they were at first blush for me. So where is yellow in the second layer of the cake? It's not in either of those cells, and it's not there, and it's not a 1. So that's a yellow. In the third layer of the cake, it's not either of those places. It's not either of those places. It's not a 1, 3. So that is the yellow for that layer of the cake. So this is the other 2, 4. I might as well give that a color. I'll make that green while I am at it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to place green everywhere else or not, but I certainly should be able to place the last yellow. If I look at the bottom, there's no yellow there, no yellow there, so that's certainly yellow. So in particular, it's definitely not a 5. Was it true that anytime two cells are connected by a line in this game, it means they're in the same region? I wonder if... No, it's not, because the... Oh, I guess this isn't a line. This is a clue. Maybe it's actually true that anytime two things are connected by a blue line, it means they're part of the same region. I wonder if that's... No, I think that wasn't true in the hexagon one that we did a while ago. I think that specifically was not the case. Okay. So now, this strand here has both the yellow and the green 2-4 in it. So this is a 3 or a 5. It's a 3 or a 5, and it's not a 5. So now we actually get that that's a 3, which now wraps around and makes that a 1. And so we knew how these worked. So they were 1, 2, 3, and 3, 4, 5. And And so yellow is 4 everywhere that it had previously made an appearance. So that means that's a 5, and that is not a 4. So it's a 2 or a 3 for sure. Let's see. These aren't 4 because we've got all the 4s. Those are 2 and 5. This is also 2 or 5, but it's not 5. It's 2 or 5 by this strand here, and it's not 5 by this row. So that's a 2, and that's a 5, and that's a 2. And now that's the 1 for the second tier of the cake. And so that's a 3, and that's a 1. This is a 3, which makes that a 2. And so now this is not a 2 or a 4, so it is a 1. And that is a 2. And we have finished a very lovely multi-tier wedding cake there. Alrighty, let's see. I keep saying I'm going to stop after... keep telling myself I'm going to stop after the next one, and then I keep saying, one more. Let's do one more. So we'll do one more again, and then see if I still do one more.